for our last topic, we're going to close with a rapid fire session. Now, can someone tell me what is going on with the CDC? The CDC is now doing a complete 180. And now it's asking everybody to wear some type of facial mask. From the beginning, and as I shared with you in a previous episode, the CDC did not recommend that anyone who was not sick to wear a mask. And my response for you at that time was to simply use your best judgment. If you felt like wearing a mask was the best thing for you to do, then I encourage you to do it. But at this point, we are all being asked at the minimum to wear a cloth face covering when we are out in the community. Personally, I believe this original indecisiveness could have contributed to an increase in the number of cases and ultimately to the loss of life. Again, we do not live in fear, but it is important that we use wisdom and good safety precautions whenever necessary. To review the new guidelines, you can visit cdc.gov/coronavirus. But as always, use your own personal good wisdom to make sure that you are putting yourself in the best situations possible to keep yourself safe. On a lighter note, for us sports fans, I am definitely tired of watching replays of all the different events from the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s. I mean, I love going back and watching some of those games, but I definitely miss watching our current sports teams. I definitely want to commend the many sports teams that have pledged to provide support for their hourly workers and others within their organizations that need assistance. I encourage those who have not done this at this time to do the same. As far as any potential upcoming sporting events, the NFL has decided to hold its upcoming NFL draft, but in a fully virtual format. The draft was originally scheduled for April 23rd through the 25th, but currently I'm not sure if those dates will still remain. Major League Baseball is considering starting its season in either May or June and playing all of the games in the Arizona area at various stadiums without any fans. There are also additional rumors that the NBA is also hoping to complete its season with Las Vegas as the potential location for all the teams to play. However, Commissioner Silver has stated that a realistic decision cannot be made until the month of May. Now, did anyone see that Michael Jordan was recently voted as the best college basketball player of all time? ESPN recently created a 64-person, both male and female, best college basketball player of all time bracket, in which fans placed their votes on Twitter, and Michael Jordan was voted as the winner. Now, as a person who has watched college basketball from the late 70s up through current times, and I've been a North Carolina Tar Heels fan since the 80s, I personally know that this outcome is simply out of touch and at best laughable. In spite of his greatness, Michael Jordan is not even the best player in the history of North Carolina Tar Heels basketball. Better yet, the greatest college basketball player of all time. Now, we all know about Michael's accomplishments at the NBA level, but this should not be confused or equally translated to his college career. So how did this happen? I personally believe that there is a consistent marketing effort by the NBA and other sports outlets to maintain Michael Jordan fresh in our minds and to maintain him as perceptually the best to ever do it, whether you believe it or not. Now, no other major sports league singularly markets one historical player as much as the NBA does for Michael Jordan. So to select Michael as the GOAT of college basketball, I guess is somewhat a natural or even subconscious selection based on the consistent narrative that we are bombarded with. Players such as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Christian Laettner, Danny Manning, Bill Walton, Wilt Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, Bill Russell, Cheryl Miller, Breonna Stewart, and Patrick Ewing are just a few names that come to mind that were or may have been better than Michael at the college level. In regards to pure talent, there were not many that could compare to Michael, but we're talking about college accomplishments. And in that case, Mike's career just does not stack up against the absolute best. Again, which to me, as I stated in a previous episode, is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, if you want to go back and get all those details about who I think is also the greatest in the NBA, you need to go back to my first episode. Family, that is our show for today. I encourage you to continue to check in and support your family members and friends as needed. It's important that we stay positive, that we work together, and we share our resources. Until we meet again, be blessed. Peace.